Finishing the state budget is easy as ABC. Argue, balance, and cut. KOMU 8 News at 10 starts now.
Packing heat at private businesses. A proposed gun law draws fire.
Want to get away? When Mid-Missourians travel, the sky's the limit.
Changes in the U.S. Postal Service may soon come signed, sealed, and delivered to your doorstep.
There's something in the water and residents aren't taking it well.
The chase is on as Mid-Missourians head into the eye of the storm on purpose.
It's a makeover in metal as a U.S. Navy ship gets ready to help Chileans in need.
In our first ever 8 on Your Side report, a financial loophole gives well-to-do boaters a free pass on paying taxes.
School vending machines are going on a health kick. More sugary drinks are dropping out of the schools across the country.
And Mid-Missourians are making those final minutes count. Good evening, I'm Angie Bailey.
And a first look at your local news. KOMU 8's Joshua Skurnick joined us now live outside the Twin Lakes Recreational Center.
Missouri is actually pumping out some of the lowest gas prices in the country. If you take a look at this map here, you can see Missouri is all green. And if you take an even closer look, you'll see Boone County is the darkest green spot on the map with the lowest prices overall.
The clock is ticking, but these people are still waiting to send in their tax forms.
A battle of the brews, your morning pick-me-up takes on political meaning.
And it is official, out-of-state students get a tough lesson in tuition costs.
Beer lovers will do a lot for a cold, frosty one, but digging through the trash, KOMU 8 News at 10 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Because Uncle Sam sometimes waits to take care of us, so we need to wait to take care of Uncle Sam.
The clock is winding down on tax day, and Mid-Missourians are making those final minutes count. Good evening, I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. America's tax deadline used to be March 1st, and then it was moved to March 15th. Back in the 50s, it was moved to April 15th. KOMU 8's Rachel Glazer is live at the Columbia Post Office to talk about one word: procrastination.
Jim and Angie, I hope you two remembered, because not everyone here tonight did. Today is tax day. Taxes must be postmarked and mailed by midnight tonight. Taxpayers flooded the Columbia Post Office to get forms in the mail before the office closed at 7. So whatever April 15th may be to you and whatever your plans, you still have to pay your taxes.
Well, actually, I had them done about a month ago, but they were just sitting in my office. But, you know, I wanted to celebrate my birthday by mailing my taxes on my birthday this year.
Now, if you haven't sent in your forms, don't panic just yet. Columbia's post office has an automated center that's open all night, every night. You just swipe your credit card, type in your zip code, and a stamp and a label will print out. You put both stickers on your envelope, and as long as the date says April 15th, you avoid late penalties. Now, the Columbia's post office has this feature. Most small town offices do not, so some people have driven more than an hour to be here tonight. There's still a couple hours left to get your forms stamped and sent out. If you'd like to final extension, that also has to be done by midnight tonight. We know the clock is ticking. We wish everyone luck. Reporting live in Columbia, Rachel Glazer, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, and at least the weather will cooperate for all of those people headed out to mail in those important taxes. We don't really have a lot of shower or thunder shower activity, at least around in central Missouri. Now, we do have one little area of problematic weather. It's really not causing a lot of problems, but we do have some shower activity right around Herman and also over into High Hill just along and south of I-70. Again, this activity moving off to the east and just some spotty showers. And speaking of spotty showers, I think that's what we'll have around 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, with most of us falling back into the upper 50s overnight. It's not going to rain all day tomorrow, so that's good news. We'll talk about that and take a look at your weekend weather in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Mexico now has its own tornado shelter, but it's good for more than just playing basketball. It's also good for saving lives. It's a gym in this case. Hawthorne Elementary Schools boast a state-of-the-art gym which doubles as a storm shelter. The state gave the school a grant to build the dual-purpose facility.
Then this even made it more of a benefit to all of us, not only to the community, but also to us here at Hawthorne Elementary.
And Hawthorne's gym opened tonight with an open house tornado drill.
Two fire investigations are underway in Columbia. Both scenes are on Nifong Boulevard. First, the Columbia Fire Department says damage to El Maguey restaurant is about $1 million. Flames broke out in the kitchen just before 7 this morning. The fire also damaged the store below El Maguey. No one was hurt. Last week's Maplewood Barn Theater fire is still under investigation. The Boone County Fire Department is calling it suspicious. The theater had been the target of vandals before. No one was hurt, but the fire destroyed the theater and everything in it.
Police and sheriff's deputies will be rounding up drug suspects in and around Jefferson City tonight as part of a major sting. The Missouri Highway Patrol and the Mustang Narcotics Task Force are looking to arrest 19 people, in fact, for possession and sale of narcotics. Most of the suspects are facing charges for selling heroin in Jefferson City and Cole County. The undercover operation lasted several months.
No Clydesdales, no talking frogs, no what's up. Only a ton of beer and 2 city workers. As KOMU8 Spencer Ernst tells us, the lure of free suds was too much to pass up at the dump.
A landfill is where everyone's trash goes, but sometimes it's not always trash.
2 of our employees went in a city truck out to the landfill and loaded up approximately 50 to 60 cases of that beer and took it.
By beer, she means expired cases of Budweiser and Michelob Ultra. On April 1st, Shepherd's Distributing dumped more than 3,000 gallons of expired beer.
The 1,500 cases of beer were brought here to the Columbia landfill.
Shortly after dark, 2 workers used a sanitation truck to take the beer off the site.
If it's placed in the landfill, you cannot remove it.
From Public Works to police.
It was reported to us, and we're looking into it to, 1, determine what law, if any, has been violated, and 2, then the officer will make the decision about what will be the most appropriate action.
Possible violations include loitering, using city vehicles for personal use, and having alcohol at work.
The bottom line is you shouldn't be taking something while you're on our time in our vehicle.
One of the 2 sanitation workers already resigned. Spencer Ernst, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
Police have not released the names of the 2 workers. The local story is getting kicked around in the national blogs.
I bet it is. Well, in Fulton, it's not stolen beer, it's stolen scrap metal. More than once, KOMU8's Patrick Cornell joins us with the details on that.
Angie, the Youth Life Improvement Association is a charity where kids can learn to fix broken machines. 2 nights ago, $300 worth of equipment was stolen from the back of the association's building. Charity President Jack McBride says $1,500 worth of scrap metal and machines have been stolen in the past 3 weeks. Donated items are left outside. That's made the building an easy target. Police say these kinds of thefts have become widespread throughout Fulton.
We are seeing it more at commercial businesses. The Youth Life Center, Enrichment Center, they've really been going there and picking up stuff that they've had sitting outside. So it's going into the neighborhoods also, and not just industrial parks.
The charity building isn't the only place in Fulton getting hit. Police say other businesses, including Walmart, have reported scrap metal thefts.
Okay, thanks a lot. Well, the UN Board of Curators started a 2-day meeting in Rolla today. One of the main items on the agenda, tuition. KOMU8's John Henry wraps up our team coverage and shows us fewer students will have to pay more next year.
Curator Downing?
Yes.
That was all it took. With the votes of 2 curators, out-of-state undergraduate students will now have to pay more next year than this one. Almost $650 more per credit hour if you're an out-of-state student at MU or Rolla, or about $630 more per credit hour if you're an out-of-stater attending either of the MU campuses in Kansas City or St. Louis. Curators say the increases were needed to make up for a decrease in state funding. MU Chancellor Brady Deaton thinks the Columbia campus will continue to attract out-of-staters.
Relatively speaking, we feel that the University of Missouri provides a tremendous bargain in education, and that we have become increasingly attractive to out-of-state students.
But there is a silver lining. If you live in Missouri, you won't have to pay any more in tuition. Those rates won't be increasing, thanks to an agreement with Governor Nixon to freeze in-state tuition.
We felt that, and still feel that that was probably the most, given this economic climate, and that was the most effective agreement that we could achieve.
It might just keep students in the Show Me State. John Henry, KOMU8 News, Rolla.
And you can find more information on the UM system tuition increases on our website, of course, at KOMU.com.
Last month, Kansas City made national news by closing half of its public schools. Now St. Louis is taking drastic measures. The St. Louis School District announced plans today to shut down 6 schools and eliminate nearly 500 jobs to reduce a $58 million budget deficit. The plan would affect 226 teachers, 130 office workers, 54 administrators, and 80 substitute teachers. The Hearn Center is seeing more than tigers tonight. The Missouri FFA chapter is holding its 82nd annual convention. A record 25,000 Missouri students are in FFA this year. About 9,000 will attend the convention tonight. FFA is presenting awards to outstanding members and honoring its supporters.
Today I went to the livestock competition and I had to judge classes of animals, and then I had to give 3 sets of reasons on those animals.
Well, a murder trial in southwest Missouri has the defendant's life on the line.
Spring cleaning takes on a new meaning as more homeowners have to clean up and clear out.
Our federal government to be more accountable to the people.
Tea Party activists dip into the Missouri political system, and don't count the coffee party out either.